Good Monday morning, guys. It's me, and I'm holding down the fort this week. Dee's pretty busy doing his thing, and of course, I was just tied up this whole weekend. We were actually shooting a pilot show for it's an exercise nutrition show. It's a pilot show for Japan, actually, for the Tokyo broadcast system. So it was definitely an interesting weekend as far as translation and communication goes with the company over there. So it'll actually be a lot of fun. It's going to air, I believe, late November over there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Actually, it could open up just an incredible new opportunity for us to be able to educate some of the folks over in Japan, and because exercise is so fresh and so new to them, exercise and nutrition. So they're pretty much clamoring for it because they're like us suffering from weight issues for the first time in history, actually. So really interesting stuff. We just wrapped. It's been a long weekend. So it's nice to finally be getting kind of sinking back into the groove. I'm actually shooting a TV segment for the news station here in Phoenix tomorrow morning. We're doing my favorite top 5 thigh slimming exercises. So it's news stuff, it's TV stuff. So we definitely have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, it was a great weekend. Pretty interesting. Just a long time on set, long time in front of the cameras. Running around trying to get as much captured for this show as possible, and a lot of takes over and over again. And when you're doing push-ups and crunches and squats and tons of cardio, take after take after take, it definitely wipes you out. Like, I think I got my workouts in for the month, or just this weekend. It's been crazy. I think I probably dropped 10 pounds. So, yeah, definitely a really fun weekend. Actually got some really cool questions in over the weekend, and I'd like to address this first one. And she asked, my first question is about Diet Coke. I'm addicted to Coke Zero, and I felt like it wasn't bad for me because it has zero everything and not bad on sodium. But I've been off of Coke Zero for a little over a week, and I feel a big difference mentally and physically, but I don't know why. I'm curious as to why it's bad for the body. Well, you bring up an incredible question, an incredible point, and this is actually something that there's been a ton of controversy around for years. We're talking since 1974. And what I'm talking about are the two major sweeteners that are in Coke Zero, and those are aspartame and another ingredient called acesulfame potassium, or ACE-K is what they call it for short. Now, ACE-K was discovered back in 1965 by a chemical engineer, and aspartame was, I believe it was discovered in the 60s, but it was actually introduced in 1974 was when it actually passed FDA regulation to be used in our foods here in the United States as a non-nutritive sweetener. And ever since then, there has been a ton of controversy, especially surrounding different rodent tests and everything. Now, I've actually got a Coke Zero right here, and now, of course, looking at it, I'm just going to read off the ingredients real quick. We've got water. Well, that's good for you. Caramel color. That's not very natural. Phosphoric acid. Okay. Aspartame. Not so great. Potassium benzoate to protect taste, so we got a preservative in there. Natural flavors. You take that one with a grain of salt. Natural flavors. That's definitely a loaded ingredient, because you can skip around a lot of things and call them natural flavors. Here's that other one: acesulfame potassium, potassium citrate, and caffeine. So let's talk about this. Honestly, if you look at this, there's some of the most powerful artificial sweeteners in this one can of soda. It is wonderful what they've done as far as marketing goes. True, they can say there's 0 calories. True, they can say that there's no metabolic impact on the body. However, when you put chemicals in the body, and when chemical engineers are making our food, something's wrong. For thousands of years, humans have eaten real food that comes from the earth. This is the first time, just in the last 50 years, is when we've started eating food that was actually created by chemical engineers. And look at the trends, look at the charts, look at the graphs of what's happening with our health, with the rate of cancer, with the rate of obesity, with all of these cascading health issues that have happened just in the last 50 years. Our food has changed more in the last 50 years than it has in the last 50,000. So why is it that you're feeling a lot better now that you're not drinking Diet Coke anymore? Well, you've taken these two very powerful chemicals out of your system. So if you think about the body is an incredible energetic system. There's actually 11 systems of the body, like the cardiovascular system, the respiratory system, the muscular system, the lymphatic system, the immune system, the digestive system, the integumentary system, the reproductive system. We've got all these different systems. And when you overload one of those systems, some of the other systems, they actually they take a hit. Why? Because we only have so much energy in our body. We consume food for fuel. Food is energy. And our body, all 11 systems, has to pull from the same energy source. So they're all pulling from the same energy source. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to overload my digestive system with chemicals, with a chemical cocktail of junk, of crap that I'm going to be putting in my system. And typically when people say, well, I was addicted to it, it means that they're probably putting down a 6-pack, a 12-pack, a 24-pack a day. So I'm going to overload my digestive system with this chemical because it has 0 calories. But it's still overloading our system with chemicals. So what now, our immune system, it has to send all the troops down to the digestive system as these chemicals are trying to infiltrate our body. They're trying to make it through the intestinal walls. They get into the bloodstream. Your immune system is going, what the heck is going on? And so the immune system is like, call for backup. We need more energy. So you got so much energy being spent with your digestive system and your immune system trying to break down and figure out what the heck these chemicals are, that it's going to pull from all these other energetic systems of the body. So sure enough, you can be cloudy. You can find yourself sick more often. You can develop aches and pains in the joints. I mean, all these different things that can start to happen. But on top of that, when these different, especially your digestive system or your immune system, are overloaded, it sets up your body so that other nasties can actually make it through those intestinal walls as well. Because keep in mind that digestive system is overloaded. It's got to pass through the liver, and that's where metabolism starts to occur. You take a chemical like aspartame. It's broken down into aspartic acid, phenylalanine, and methanol. And then once those are further broken down, it's actually broken down into formaldehyde. That's actually what we preserve bodies in, is formaldehyde. So we're putting these chemicals in our system that are broken down into further chemicals that are doing more damage in our system as your body's trying to metabolism. Your liver is absolutely overloaded, and so now all these other chemicals are starting to pass through the liver because it can only juggle so many things at once. So what's happening is that now that you've actually cleaned this stuff out of your system, you're feeling what your body should feel like for the first time. But it's almost like having the flu and forgetting how nice it is when you feel good. All of a sudden, when you feel good again, you've got this whole new lease on life. You're like, oh my God, I feel absolutely incredible. It's because you're not sick anymore. And so I can't tell you how happy I am that you're not drinking Coke Zero anymore, because you're not sick anymore. You're not overloading your body with this chemical cocktail. So welcome to this wonderful machine that's giving you this energy that you haven't felt in years. You're finally treating your body the way that it needs to be treated, and it's giving you this incredible gift of energy back. So I am stoked for you. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you learned something.